So welcome to Anything Can Happen. My name is Graham Elwood, and let us bring on your co-host, the host of Get Your News On with Ron. Ladies and gentlemen, Ron Placone.
What's up, Graham?
How you doing, buddy?
Dude, I'm good. People can't tell, but I'm kind of sitting, or maybe they can. I don't know, but I'm kind of sitting like a little bit Brian Williams style, and it's because Lucy's in my lap and she's really comfortable, so I don't want to move. So I'm sort of like I'm to the I'm kind of that way naturally because if I move at all, she's gonna bounce, and so much of my happiness is dependent on this cat's approval. Like it's really. So I just don't want her to leave.
Well, if Lucy makes you give the Brian Williams lean in with the eyebrow, because then you're more believable when you lean in Brian Williams style and go, boy.
Weapons, they're sexy. Is that I don't know if they'll ever hire me. Missiles.
I love missiles. I love lying about being on helicopters in war zones. I'm Brian Williams, a name you can trust. Well, fantastic, Ron. Before we bring our contestants on, don't forget, we've got some tour dates together, you and I, buddy. Where are we going?
We do. We're going to be in the Northwest. We're going to be July 28th. We're going to be in Portland, Oregon, July 29th, Seattle, Washington, and July 30th. Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. We've been wanting to come to you for a while. And for a while, it was like, you can't really come across this border. We don't know what's going to happen. The world's crazy. But we're coming, Canada. I was on the other side earlier this year. I was in Toronto and Ottawa and Montreal, and now get to go to Vancouver. Haven't been for a while. Looking forward to seeing you. And Seattle and Portland. Haven't been for a while either. Looking forward to seeing you. So
I haven't been to Vancouver in years. I performed there once. So I hope we go there and there's some sort of international incident and we're stuck, or there's a border war, something. I just hope there's something that happens, like somebody invades Canada and then we're stuck there or something. You know what I mean? Like they shut down. They're just like, when we get there, they're like, nope, we're done with America, and Canada locks off its borders or something. I hope. I really need that to happen, Ron. So,
well, I mean, yeah, I mean that's definitely, they have the best weather in Canada, in my humble opinion. Like they like it's nice and moderate up there. Vancouver.
Ron, I live in Hawaii. There's no way you could ever say to me that Canada has better weather. I can't.
Well, I said they have the best weather in Canada.
Oh,
that takes Hawaii. Hawaii is not part of Canada, Graham. It's barely part of the U.S.
Maybe it might be. Maybe they should get a hockey team here. All right,
that would be great. Actually, be all about that.
So Vancouver has the best weather in Canada. That was what you said.
I would say so. Yeah, I would say so. I'm pretty sure one of our people tonight, that's his hometown. So we'll see what he thinks too.
One of our people.
Right? I'm pretty sure that's one of our... I don't want to say people... Yeah, I want to introduce everyone first. But yeah, so we'll see if he agrees. I don't know.
I can't wait to hear this. He's going to be furious that a bunch of dumb Americans are talking about his fine country. I know that's what's happening right now. He's just furious. He's like, God, I hate Americans, but I have to work with them. I have to have these. I have to deal with these people. They're the worst. We're the worst neighbor anyone could have.
We really are.
Speaking of horrible neighbors, bad segue, really awful segue. Let's bring on Ron Placone. Tell us who our first contestant on tonight's episode of Anything Can Happen is.
Very, very funny comedian. Please welcome to the show, Steve Gillespie, everybody.
Hey, What's going on, guys? How you doing?
We're good, Steve.
Getting a camp. There we go.
There it is. It widens out. When we go to the four thing, it widens out. This is StreamYard. But Steve and I've known the Gillespie family for quite a long time. Steve's oldest brother, Bob, was a stand-up comic in Chicago for a long time. I know his brother, Kerry, and I know his younger brother, Scotty. And I remember when it was over 10 years ago or so when we started working together on the road. Like you came on the road with me a couple of times.
Yeah, we like drove through Indiana, and I think we got pulled over once together. I remember that. You talked her out of giving us a ticket. You pulled the comic card right away. I was so surprised. I was so surprised it worked.
Didn't I must have. I've done this a couple of times. Did I pull the wow, sorry, I just got back entertaining the troops in Afghanistan, and did I pull that card? Because I've gotten.
I don't remember that. I just remember you pulling out the comic card, and then we had CDs. We were like giving her CDs, and she was impressed. It was crazy, just so nuts.
Graham, you pulled that in Australia once and it worked. And I remember I was pretty shocked. You got us out of paying all those like ridiculous baggage fees.
Yeah.
That was like, I was out of how you did, but I was like, man, that like worked for him. You should offer a seminar.
Yeah, that's wild. I'm always surprised when anyone gives a shit at all.
I've been a comic since I was 18. So like I've literally been a grifter my entire adult life.
Yeah.
Like all I know how to do is like free meal tickets and how to weasel my way out of something. It's just like, that's what being life as a comic is.
Yeah.
Well, Steve, it's good to have you on the show. Good to see you, my friend.
I'm excited,
Ron
man.
Placone, this is gonna be good business. I'm glad you said both you guys said yes. Ron Placone, tell us who our next contestant is on Anything Could Happen.
Our next contestant, another very, very funny comedian. I got to work with this guy before. He's hilarious. And I think he's originally from Vancouver, but then he decided he wanted to give freedom a try. Please welcome Lachlan Patterson, everybody.
Lachlan,
Hey, buddy.
good to see you, dude.
Good to see all of y'all. Yeah.
How is your, like, it's so funny. Like Ron is the only person I think of the four of us that I've seen in person, like during the pandemic. So, how has it been for you? Like, how are you handling it?
Good, man. I never got it. I never got sick. You know, I'm one of those guys. I'm one of those weirdos that, it's good. I traveled. I did everything I was supposed to, I tried to just go with it. It was just, I don't know. It didn't really affect me. I still surfed. I still did everything I used to do. I remember at one point they banned surfing, and I remember being in the water and there was a policeman with his sirens blasting and just pointing at me. I was the only one in the water. He was on the beach and turned his sirens at me. And I just went like this. And he just drove away, and that was every day.
Because it is sort of like, who am I giving COVID to if I'm on a surfboard alone? Like,
it was the dumbest. It was just the dumb apocalypse, and people still. I called my a termite guy for the house I'm in. It has termites, and they're like, due to COVID, we are experiencing delayed responses. I'm like, it's over, man. Can't use that excuse anymore.
I still use it. Anything I don't want to do, COVID, for sure.
Yeah. I think everybody used that. I saw so many businesses that would just play that. Like, I get it. Like, we have to shut down or some legitimate, but they were just like, oh, COVID. Like, no, you don't have to give me like half a glass of Coke because it's COVID. Like, right. You don't, supply chain.
The microwave in the lobby of the hotel is not in operation because of COVID.
God. It's just, yes, sorry.
I just like how people use that excuse in LA as if like before this, LA wasn't the flakiest place on the planet already. like people just be like, yeah, I don't know. Like, it's like, dude, I know what city we're in. I knew there was a 50-50 chance this was going to happen anyway. Just tell me we're not hanging out tonight. Like, you don't need to, like nothing else is necessary here.
It's true.
Lachlan, how do you feel as you're from Vancouver, right? Like living in America, and we make fun of America pretty thoroughly on the show, so don't feel like you got to hold back.
It's okay. We're as a Canadian, I've noticed living in America for almost 20 years, we're bigger. Every time I go back to Canada, I realize everyone's much bigger in Canada. People are smaller. Maybe it's LA, but like this is a full-size beer can right here. So it's kind of cool,
Have you been to Ohio?
They're big, but they're wide, It's something about girth, height. They're taller people everywhere else in the world, but here,
Canadians are taller. That's interesting. All right, I like it.
The biggest thing I noticed the day I got to LA, Graham, I remember, and I had been in Canada for 25 years, and I drove down and I pulled into, I took the Cahuenga exit off the 101 from Canada, and I needed gas, and I pulled in. I don't know if you guys know, there's a Chevron right there.
Mm-hmm.
I pulled in, and Americans might not find this as weird, but I walked inside, and I said to the woman, "Hi," the cashier. I said, "Hi," and she said, "This is the first time I ever heard this." Yes. That was the first time I had ever heard that response to hi in my life. But it encompasses everything that is Los Angeles. What do you want? Blew my mind.
Oh, hi. Yes. Huh? Why are you bothering me at my place of business?
Let's go.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. Well, folks, let's get into round one of Anything Can Happen, the best political game show on the whole worldwide stage of anything. That's what we're doing. Our first round will be Who Said This, Republican or Democrat? I will read a quote.
It's me versus Lock. Okay. All right. I
That's
get
right.
It. Okay.
Yes.
By the way, second best game show. First best game show is the one you hosted called Strip Poker. Back in 90, I want to say 99, was that?
99, 2000. Yes, yes. And there's clips of it online. If anybody wants to see me with really long sideburns and shiny bowling shirts and far too much makeup and manicured eyebrows, it's a fantastic show. And it needs to go in a museum.
It needs to go somewhere.
So yes, this is the second best show, only to Strip Poker. Cram still third. Cram just wasn't as good. All right, so this first round is Who Said This, Republican or Democrat? I will read a quote from a prominent Republican or Democrat that is a president, vice president, or key cabinet member. First person to raise their hand gets to answer the question. If they answer correctly, they get a point and a chance to name the exact specific person who said that. Like, you say, raise your hand, you say Republican, then you name the Republican that said that. If you get that correctly, you get 2 points. If you get it incorrect, the other contestant has a chance to steal that point. And as the title of the game show is called, Anything Can Happen.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Got that game show voice.
I love having two stoner comedians on this who are just barely paying attention to what I'm saying.
Can I have a question?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like if I say Republican, he can steal and say Democrat? Like
No.
Obviously.
If you get it wrong, then I get to guess.
You get to guess the person. So
the person. Yeah.
yes.
Okay, cool.
So I'll do an example. So let's say I read a quote. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. And Lachlan, you raise your hand and you say Republican. I'm going to say that's wrong. It's a Democrat. Steve, now which Democrat said that quote? And if he says it correctly, he gets a point. If he says it incorrectly, you have a chance to get that point.
FDR?
FDR is correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. There. That's
okay. I'm going to lose.
Practice.
That was preseason, though.
We doing prime ministers?
That was
preseason.
There's no Canadian prime ministers are going to be. We're not going to talk about any of that here. This would be a much harder game if it was Poland. You know, don't they have like 40 political parties? Yeah, which means they have an actually functioning government. So,
right.
All right, let's get into our first question. Who said this, Republican or Democrat? Remember now, raise your hand. Ron will call on the person who raises their hand first.
Are you
and Ron
is?
I'm ready. Yeah.
All right. Ron, and as we know, anything can happen.
Anything can happen, Graham.
Which is
I think there's going to be a lot of points tonight. That's my prediction. A lot of points.
Ron is calling for high points.
I'm calling for high points.
All right. Who said this, Republican or Democrat? I'm a capitalist, but capitalism without competition is exploitation.
Steve.
It's got to be a Democrat.
Steve Gillespie, that's correct. You got the first point of tonight's game.
That makes sense.
Chance to double your lead. Which prominent Democrat said this quote? I will read it again for you. I'm a capitalist, but capitalism without competition is exploitation.
Jimmy Carter.
That is incorrect.
Ugh.
Lachlan, you now have a chance to steal this point and tie us at one apiece out of the gate. Which prominent Democrat said this quote? I'm a capitalist, but capitalism without competition is exploitation.
Is it JFK?
That is incorrect. No points given on this one. Steve gets 1 point. Ron Placone, tell them who said this.
Those are both good guesses, but it's okay if none of us remembered this because neither does he probably. But Joe Biden said that.
Biden.
Yeah, that's
All
right.
right.
Yeah, he said that.
Yeah, it's reading off a teleprompter.
Yeah, someone was definitely in his ear. He had an earpiece. There's no way he knows what he's talking about.
He's got a few
He's doing FTP.
He's got a hairpiece. He's got earpiece. He's got pieces of other people running him. He's got
like a little mouse controlling his hair, like in Ratatouille. He's got like one of those going on.
Just,
Yeah.
perfect. Come on,
All right.
man.
So after round one, Steve Gillespie jumps out to an early lead, 1-0. But Ron Placone, we know this from past games.
Anything can happen, Graham. Leads come and go. Momentum shifts. Game is still young. It's a
It
marathon.
seems like only one of two things can happen, though.
I like that as a name for the game too. That's a great game. One or two things.
One of
One
two
or
things
two
can
things
happen.
can happen.
All right, let's do it. I'm ready.
I've never
Graham.
had anybody point that out. Yes, one of you is going to win, one of you is going to lose. There's only two options. But how we get there is where the anything pops in. Lachlan. Oh, wow. We got to rename the whole show now. All right, next question in round one. Remember, the person in the lead with round one gets to choose which category for round two.
Oh, wow. So it's important.
It is important, but be advised, I will read 3 categories for round two. One of them is the superdelegate category. If you pick that, whoever is trailing automatically has a 1-point lead. We're not there yet. 4 questions in round one. This is question number 2. On losing Roe v. Wade, some people maybe say it's my fault. Other people say, thank you very much. Was this said by a Republican or Democrat?
Lachlan.
I'm going to say that was a Democrat again.
I'm going to say that is incorrect.
Come on.
That was a Republican. Steve Gillespie, a chance to double your lead. Which prominent Republican said this quote? With regards to on losing Roe v. Wade, some people might say it's my fault. Other people say, thank you very much.
This is the problem. I know politicians by their face, and I can describe them, who they are. But I got names. I'm so bad with names. It's the guy from Texas. He ran for governor. He fled. He took his daughter to Cancun in the height of COVID. They caught him.
You don't have to tell us. We all know. Here's one of 2 things can happen here. We can get it right.
What's that guy's name? Ted Cruz.
Oh.
See, Lachlan, describing a guy that you don't know and then remembering his name, that is anything can happen, Lachlan.
That's the anything part.
That's
Something
the anything.
happened. Something definitely happened. Was he right?
He was incorrect. Lachlan, a chance to tie it up. Which prominent Republican said this quote? On losing Roe v. Wade, some people maybe say it's my fault. Other people say, thank you very much.
I mean, Rubio? Is it Mark Rubio? I got no clue, man. How's that sound for an answer?
Can you describe him, though? Can you describe Mark?
Where does he vacation? I could describe this guy for
Dude,
these.
if Marco Rubio was watching this right now, he'd be like the happiest dude ever because he'd be like,
Someone
someone thinks I'm prominent. This is the best day of my life. But it's Donald Trump. Donald Trump said that.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Don't got to overthink it, boys. Just a Republican president. So,
president in there?
Pardon?
Did you say president in that question?
Did I say president? No, I'm not going to say
prominent.
that.
Prominent, yeah. He's not. That's too much of a clue.
Okay, thanks.
But so far, 2 presidents have been quoted. Steve Gillespie has a 1-point lead after a blistering round of not getting it. Ron, do you still hold to your this is going to be a high-scoring game after 2 questions?
Yes, I do. I think there's going to be some momentum here. There's going to be some sort of there's going to be a big momentum shift. I don't know towards which candidate, but it's going to happen. I'm feeling it.
Okay.
I'm standing by my prediction.
I think this might be our lowest scoring game ever, but that's what do I know? Because anything can happen.
That's right.
Unless you're Lachlan, then there's only ever 2 choices. Lachlan
could be a high scoring game, could be a low scoring game.
Those are only 2 things. We got to rename the game. 1 or 2 things can happen, and for like the 2 is just Lachlan on a surfboard going like this. That's like the 2.
Trying to apply my logic to your game.
Wow.
Let's get it. Let's do it.
Lachlan just comes in here with his 1s and 0s and just boils this game down to very simplistic terms. I love it. All right. Which prominent Republican or Democrat said the following quote? Ukraine is a country in Europe. It exists next to another country called Russia. Russia is a bigger country. Russia is a powerful country. Russia decided to invade a smaller country called Ukraine. So basically, that's wrong.
Lachlan.
Democrat.
Lachlan, congratulations. You're on the board with your first point.
For sure.
Locking this up at 1 apiece and a chance to now jump into the lead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Which prominent Democrat said this quote?
Oh, man. Who's the vice president right now? I haven't heard anything from her.
I can describe her.
Steve knows where she goes on vacation.
It's funny because I so don't know her name. So, oh man. So I'm just going to say Barack Obama.
That is incorrect.
I know.
Steve, a chance to retake the lead.
Can I ask a question? Do a rules question? Will there ever be the same person? Because that sounds like Biden. That's not my choice.
That's what I thought too, Steve.
Sounds like Biden. But we already had Biden as an answer.
In past games, we have repeated people that have been quoted.
So that could happen?
That could happen.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
I mean,
one of those options.
One of 2 things. They could not be repeated or they could be repeated. Those are 2 options. Lachlan is a fucking game show savant.
I mean, God, that does really
tell me that maybe or not. Okay.
I mean, that sounds so much like a Biden, just trail off.
I was going to say Biden.
Yeah. Why can't I think of the vice president's name now?
This is fantastic that you guys cannot think of a sitting vice president.
He's the most invisible vice president.
Yeah. Vice President Harris, Kamala Harris.
That's your guess?
Sure. Yep. Let's do it. Let's go for it.
You just got yourself another point, Steve Gillespie. Had Lachlan Patterson remembered those 2 names, Kamala Harris, he would have the lead right now.
But something else happened. I don't remember.
Oh, God. This is the best deconstruction of this game we've ever had, Ron. I mean,
unfortunately,
this is the most philosophical edition of 1 or 2 things can happen that we've had thus far.
It's very unfortunate.
These comments are really getting me going here.
What do you get? Where are the comments? Oh,
am I not supposed to look at the comics?
I would. I mean, I don't know. You can or cannot. I would say maybe because sometimes they might be yelling out answers.
All right, yeah, I'll disable this.
So, like, if we were doing this in front of a live studio audience, I would tell the audience to not yell out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Any answers.
How do I? There we go. Private chat. All right,
there you go. Go to private chat. That should shut it down. Steve Gillespie, you have a slim 1-point lead, but per Ron's prediction, 2 points came out of that last Ron. So
maybe that's happening. The shift's happening. We still got one more question in round 1.
All right. Final question of round 1. Whoever has the most points at the end of this round gets to choose the questions for round 2. This is a 3-round game show, standard game show format.
Stay awake, Steve. Nice.
Steve, with your shirt and your background, you literally just look like a floating head. It's amazing. And Lachlan looks like an online yoga teacher with the A-frame.
Yeah. The room's empty.
Of course.
What is it? Why are you living on? What happened? Did your wife leave you? Are you okay?
I moved, man. I moved.
You did?
Yeah,
alone or?
No, I'm just alone right now.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I'll find
her. Just watching a guy go through a real tough divorce right now on the show. just boxes.
Steve's just bringing it up bad.
I remember when I went through a divorce, Lachlan came over to my house because he's a good carpenter to hang some hooks in like drywall. And I remember you came over to my place and you were like shocked that it was kind of clean. You just expected me to just be like beer cans and pizza boxes, just like in my underwear, flipping out, giving myself like a home tattoo. And you were like, wow, Graham, you're doing all right. I'm like, yeah, this sucks. But I'll never forget that, buddy. You came over and hung hooks in my place so I could hang my wetsuit in my shower.
I remember that. Yeah, you seemed to be very already just rebuilding after the tsunami. You know, it was tremendous. You didn't even give yourself time to fall off the wagon. You got to fall off the wagon sometimes, Graham, don't you?
Oh no,
you've never fallen off the wagon.
No, that's bad. Graham falling off the wagon is an anything can happen scenario. That's really bad for people.
That's a fun show. No, if I may.
We just bring sober people on and try to push them to the brink of relapsing. Somebody pitched that show on Bravo. I guarantee it. Somebody pitched that show on Bravo. Okay. Final question of round 1. Steve Gillespie with a 2-1 lead. Lachlan gets on the board at the last question. This is his chance. 2 points hang in the balance. Lachlan could grab the lead, but as we know, only one of 2 things could happen here. So,
this is gonna be a hard one. I can tell.
Who said this, Republican or Democrat? When talking to the comedian Mark Maron, you're the big cheese now.
Steve.
Oh,
that was close.
Democrat.
Steve was by a little bit.
Steve is correct. That is a correct point. Steve, to add to your already big 2-point lead, which prominent Democrat said that quote?
It's got to be Obama.
You got to be correct. That's another point right there. Oh, wow.
Can we look at a replay of our hands?
I might have faster internet. You just moved in. Your internet's probably slow.
Got that spectrum speed, man.
Yeah, dude, I got Comcast. My girlfriend pays for it.
That's why you're winning. One of 2 things can happen.
Yeah.
Spectrum or Comcast.
Well, this is fantastic. Steve, you have a commanding 3-point lead. You get to choose which category we use for round 2. I will read 3 categories. One of them is a fake category. If you pick that one, Lachlan will automatically have a 1-point lead.
Oh, shit.
It is the superdelegate. So this actually is more than one thing could happen, or no one of two things could happen. He either picks the superdelegate thing or he doesn't. One of two things can happen. Every time it comes down to a coin toss. Every single time. Oh. Lachlan, I love the way you view the world. You just go through the world just like, there's two choices here. I either get this big or just don't. All right. I like it.
Thanks, man.
All right.
Make it easy.
So the categories to choose from are name that dictator. Where's the other one? Name that dictator.
Only get through 3 rounds of that.
Name that dictator. And name that empire, goofy laws and policies from around the world.
Ooh, I like that. That's fun.
And whose Supreme Court is this? Having to choose which Supreme Court laws are the craziest from the United States.
Okay, so I'm confused. So one of these is not real?
One of these is not real. Two of them are.
Pretty just arbitrary. Like all 3 of these could be real. It's just whatever you decided that's not real, right?
Nice, Steve.
Yes.
Tricky game.
You guys really are, this is like a philosophy course. So you guys have both done a lot of psychedelic drugs. You're really trying to go into the metaphysical on this.
Okay, so the first 2 were again dictators and
name that empire.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the I'm gonna name that empire. I'm gonna do that one.
May I just say, Steve? It's all right. Never mind. What am I talking about?
Steve Gillespie. That's correct. That was an actual category. Steve Gillespie keeps his lead. Nothing changes. One of the 2 options happened. As
he gets a point for that?
No, he doesn't get a point for that. He should not get a point for that.
Oh, okay.
That's not correct.
Anything can happen. Anything just happened.
See?
You're right.
There were more than 2 choices, Lachlan. Ron Placone, as we go into round 2, Steve with a commanding 3-point lead. But Ron, you and I have seen big leads come and go. What do you see happening in round 2?
I think there's definitely going to be some scoring here. It will be a little slower because there's only 1 point to be had here because it's multiple choice. So, there's only 1 point to be had. Of course, each contestant will get a guess if someone gets it wrong. But I do think we're going to see scoring on every question. So I think Steve could come out of here with a very, very commanding lead, or Lachlan's going to close the gap.
Oh,
so actually 2 things. There's 2 things.
Can I gamble? Can I gamble what, like, for this next question? Can I be like, it's worth 2 points? You can take a point away from me and give Lachlan a point, or I can get 2 points. Is that allowed?
No, we've never had anybody. This is another anything can happen. We never had a guy want to figure out if he could sort of make book or gamble on.
You want a side bet, Steve? Is that?
Yeah, kind of.
Can I bet an over under on myself, please?
I just want to give Lachlan a chance,
Oh, thank you. You're
more exciting that way. It's like Jeopardy. I can bet my money points.
The only reason you're up is because of your Wi-Fi speed, man.
So, what are you're proposing? Like, you're going to bet 2 points. So if you get this wrong, then Lachlan would get 2 points.
Yes.
I mean, what's the name of this show?
That is more than 2 options. I don't know, Ron. What do you think? What do people in the chat say? Somebody in this chat said no gambling.
No gambling. No derivatives. No
No
side bets.
side bets.
Okay.
They're
All
really
right.
insistent that this should not happen.
All right.
No,
That's a
Steve.
very
No
fascist
take.
Said no,
audience.
No takebacks. Wow. The chat has spoken, Steve. They don't like your sort of willy-nilly
Yeah. All right.
That's
Federal
pretty
Reserve.
awesome.
That was great. That
This
was
is how the
great.
game is played, and this is how we play it.
Yeah,
You're just
these
like,
people-
this is already loose enough. Don't fuck with the rules anymore.
That was, I've never seen such quick of a shutdown.
They're just
by
like,
the-
no. Both the hosts forget shit in real time. We're not fucking with the rules anymore.
We've been watching this game for almost 2 years now. This is how it's played. I don't want to hear any of this nonsense. This is how it's going to go. But Steve, nice try. We appreciate you trying to do a rule switch, which shows anything can happen. All right, so this is how this category goes. It is name that dictator. This is a multiple choice. I will read.
I think I
What-
chose the other one.
What'd you read?
The Empire.
Empire.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. You did choose it. Name that empire. My fault. My fault.
I'm a stickler for the rules.
Yeah, you are.
Except when there's gambling. Then we want to. All right, where? Oh, here it is. Oh, yes. Name that empire. So this is also multiple choice. I'm going to read what the law or policy is. Then I will give you 4 choices to choose from. If you get it wrong, first person to raise their hand gets to pick. If they're wrong, the other person gets to pick from the 3 remaining guesses.
Ooh.
So a lot of things. Probably just 2 things can happen. But all right.
I've ruined it, haven't I, Graham?
Yeah, you've totally ruined this game. It used to just be this like anything can happen. Now it's like, nah, there's only 2 choices. Lachlan.
We literally witnessed an opportunity for anything to happen, and someone said, "Nope." People like it this way. Good. Let's go. Fire away. I'm ready.
All right.
I got
3
this.
questions in round 2. Steve has a 3-point lead, but leads can come and go as anything can happen. Name that empire. You can't wear lacy undies here. I guess the tighty whitey and granny panty lobby got to them. Is this in A, Denmark, B, Germany, C, Russia, or D, Copperhead Road?
Lachlan.
I mean, he's speaking English. I'm going to say Copperhead Road. Is that ridiculous?
That is-
Copperhead Road, Steve Earle song. Is that a throwaway? Oh, man. All right.
Yeah.
That's not an empire, is it? I don't even know what
Not an
I don't even
empire.
know what Copperhead Road is.
Fake.
Well, that's never happened where anyone went for the obviously joke wrong answer because they like that band. That was fantastic.
But you're translating from another language, is what I'm learning now. Wasn't clear that-
I actually had to look up what Copperhead Road was because I wasn't even sure. I thought maybe it's an empire.
Steve Earle song.
This is a Steve Earle song.
Yes, it's possible. I don't know why Graham would just throw up a made-up answer.
It's an empire.
God.
You're into that kind of music. Steve Earle is a legend.
Oh,
I
God.
agree.
Yeah. All right. Well, no, that's incorrect, Lachlan. So, Steve, you have the 3 remaining choices. You can't wear lazy underwears here. Is it A, Denmark, B, Germany, or C, Russia?
There's no way it's Russia.
As he flips through an old.
Don't
pack-
check online, by the way. You can't go
I'm
on your
not.
phone and look for
I'm
answers.
not. Hands up. Hands up. God, that's tough. Germany is like the least sexy place. I'm gonna go with Germany.
Steve Gillespie, that is incorrect. The correct answer is Ron. Tell him.
Russia.
Wow.
Yes.
You can't wear lacy underwear in Russia?
It's the
But-
law in the books.
That dictate or that empire.
It's one of those things they don't really enforce.
All right.
Probably don't enforce it in Copperhead Road either. I'm just saying. We don't know the politics until we go there. Really don't know.
Oh, we
Do
all got to
you-
go on a road trip to Copperhead Road. So no points were no point was given to anybody. So Steve still has a 4-1 lead with 2 questions remaining in round 2. Next question. Once again, it'll be multiple choice. If you can pass another car, you are legally required to honk. Is this A, Italy, B, New Jersey, C, Germany, D, Vermont?
Lachlan.
Empires. This is empires.
Name that empire.
Italy.
That is incorrect.
Got it.
Steve, a chance to expand the lead. Well, I mean, what's the definition of empire here that you were using? I mean, a state technically is sort of, because
New York's the only empire state.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel like I've
to be
heard
clear
this about.
here, the United States is an empire.
Okay.
So,
all right. And what was the other options?
The other options are it's New Jersey, Germany, or Vermont.
Germany, then. It's got to be. You gave me a clue.
That is incorrect.
Jersey.
It was New Jersey when I said the United States is an empire, so New Jersey is in the United States, so it's part of the empire.
See, I took that as since they're states, there's not. Yeah.
God, you guys overthink the shit out of this. This is so easy.
I did the same, but it makes sense then in Jersey that you would be honking more than you need to.
Yeah.
The two like stoner philosophical guys have like overthought so much of this. It's like amazing to me. I love but you didn't know who the vice president was. Like this is one of the more beautiful moments.
You ever try to honk at the guy behind you? They do that.
It's a different kind of honk. You can't like, you have to like, and then like.
You gotta get your eyes in the rearview mirror.
Yeah. That's a skill.
We'll get the next one, Steve. I just want Steve or me to get one.
Yes, I just want one of us to get.
Ron, have we ever had?
Yeah, my prediction for this round was completely off.
Yeah, like
I could.
A whole round with no points scored by anybody. Like,
yeah,
we've had that before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We're coming up on one of our lowest scoring games, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Final question in round 2. Steve still has a gripping 3-point lead, 4-1. Let's see which guy overthinks the answer to this one. Let's see. Better stay clean shaven. Men with mustaches cannot kiss a woman. Is this A, Baghdad, Iraq, B, Eureka, California, C, Herat, Afghanistan, D, Berlin, Germany?
Lachlan.
I'm going to say Berlin, Germany, because they don't really have mustaches.
Yeah,
I never seen a German.
Kind of got ruined. There was a guy in their history that kind of ruined mustaches.
Oh, he had. Which guy was there? Was a guy that had a weird mustache over there?
I can describe him. Very boisterous, loud guy.
Yeah, he went. He had a vacation spot up in the mountains. What's it called? God, I forget it.
He'd go up there and paint.
An ideas man.
It's an ideas man. He's a painter. Oh, what was his name?
Writer too. Also a writer.
Oh, yes. He was just basically just a misunderstood artist is who he was.
A funny walk.
Unfortunately, Lachlan, that answer is incorrect. Steve, a chance to expand your lead or hopefully go a whole round with nobody getting points. The remaining...
I'm going to go. You want to reread the question for the audience? That's fine, but I
Sure.
have my answer.
Better stay clean shaven. Men with mustaches cannot kiss a woman in A, Baghdad, Iraq, B, Eureka, California, C, Herat, Afghanistan.
I'm going to go with C, Herat, Afghanistan.
Congratulations. Nobody got a point this entire round. That is incorrect.
Oh, you didn't get it?
No, I didn't.
Ron, tell them where they do this.
It is Eureka, California.
Really?
Yeah, that's a random law in Eureka.
It's still a law.
It's still on the books.
Wow.
Well, this is exciting as no points were scored at all. Nothing.
Another round?
This is
There's
good
one
for
more round.
This is
and
good
there's
for
a lot of
Lachlan. He's a
points.
hockey fan.
Yeah, dude, this is a hockey score for sure.
Lachlan, as we go into round 3, is going to pull the goalie at some point. So this final round is religious law or state law. Or do we go back to Republican or Democrat, Ron? What do we want to do? I always forget here.
Let's do religious law or state law. That's a fun one.
So
you got 2 options.
So it'll be similar to the first round in terms of I will read a law. First person to raise their hand and say, is this either a religious law or a state law, meaning a law from one of the 50 United States? If you get that correct, you have a chance to get an additional point by naming either the religion or religious book that it's from or the state that it's from.
Okay.
So 2 points per question, 3 questions remaining. One of 2 things. Well, see, here's the thing. Now, this last round actually proved that there are 3 options, Lachlan. There was Steve wins, you retake the lead, or nobody gets anything right, nothing changes. There was that option.
Yeah.
3 things can happen.
The final round of maybe 3 things could happen.
It goes into overtime. I mean, we could end up with a draw. It's possible.
You guys have proven me wrong.
Points on the board.
If we are tied at the end of these 3 questions, we will go into a sudden death.
Ooh, I hope
lightning question.
I like overtime.
Overtime is fun. Final round. Steve with a 3-point lead, but that can evaporate quick, Ron.
Oh yeah, a lot of points on the board.
Religious law or state law? Do not mate different types of animals.
Lachlan.
That's a state law. By the way, I'm going to enter every question like that.
Lachlan, that is incorrect.
Oh,
It is a religious law. Steve, a chance to expand your lead and make it almost impossible, but not completely impossible for Lachlan to come from behind. Which religion or religious book has this law? Do not mate different types of animals.
Let's go Old Testament.
That is correct. Steve Gillespie gets a point.
I knew it was going to be an old law, and there's only one book that has the word "old" in it. So that's
it sounds old. Nowadays, you heard of a zonkey, right?
No. What's a zonkey?
What's that?
Zebra donkey. It's awesome. Look it up.
Oh, a zebra and a donkey? Oh, cool.
Oh, wow. Is that in the Bible?
No, and now it's
New Testament.
Jesus rolled in on one. Hey guys. No, new rules. Why is everyone looking at me like that? No, it's new. New rules? Isn't that a new one? Oh, this is totally kosher. I can say that.
That is perfect. That was beautiful. All right.
The only reason I'm losing is because I speak first.
Yeah. It does
Well,
help
also
me narrow it down.
Well, your guesses are wrong. That has a lot to do with it too. So.
But then Steve goes through he takes his time and I don't know, takes more time.
Well, there's literally only 2 choices per question, Lachlan. So if you're gonna
shouldn't I have 6?
No.
That was only 1, dude.
It was only 1 point.
It was 4-1? All right.
Yeah, it was 4-1.
I'm always looking for an edge. I'm always trying to get.
I know. I see that. So nobody got any points the last round. So,
Graham, we lost your picture.
oh, why does
See
this keep
anything?
There it
There,
is.
you're back now. Up, you're on the
Oh.
weird side. Here.
Oh, look at that
Nice
mattress.
Mattress, bro.
He's got a mattress against his window. I'm dying. I'm dying.
Graham, you got divorced a long time ago.
I'm using a buddy's storage space. This is where I live. And so when the show's over, I just drop the mattress and then I,
Love it.
you know what I mean? I just microwave up a cup of noodles and that's pretty much my dinner.
That was
And
brilliant.
then if you look at that mattress, there's just stains of my tears on it. So it's really, it's
Thank you,
super
Graham.
fun. It's super fun.
Perfect.
I loved your guys' reaction. Oh, just like, look at
Look at that. He's not in space.
He's not in space. All right. 2 more questions remain. Steve has a 4-point lead.
Lachlan's got a sweep here.
He's got a
He's
sweep.
got a sweep.
It's happened, right?
I do.
All right.
I will have a proposal for the last question.
Let's do it.
Oh, great. Steve is going to have some gambling, like go all in Texas Hold'em thing or run it, but this is going to be great.
Text me, Steve. Throw me a text.
Steve is like one of the only like hippie rock climber, you know, guy that's also really likes gambling. That's really-
Yeah, you can't pin me down. You really can't. I do it all.
You're a comic. You like experimental drugs and an alternative lifestyle, but you really want to know the over under on whatever game's happening.
Yeah.
That's why I love you, Steve. You're fantastic. All right.
Thanks, man. Love you too, buddy.
You guys, there's a lot of love. You guys are you guys are all my favorites. All right. State law or religious law? Women must get permission from their husbands to wear false teeth.
Steve.
State law.
That is correct, Steve. You have sealed your win. To increase your points,
What? Is this really a state law? Can you say this state law again to me?
women must get permission from their husbands to wear false teeth.
Well, that makes sense.
False teeth are expensive. You know. You don't want your lady spending up all your money just for teeth. That's ridiculous.
The point of this, you guys, your logic is flawless. And
let's have a seat. And
I don't know if you guys are picking up on this. The point of this,
before we put teeth in, before you can chew food, we need to have a discussion.
I need to know all the details.
how are you going to use these teeth? Like, what are they going to be used for? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why did you lose your teeth in the first place?
Yes.
All right, Steve,
Maybe we just start with a couple first, see how they go.
I like your gums. The day I met you, what did I say? It was the thing that attracted me to you. I lost this game, man.
Well, I want to. Can I guess the state?
Yeah, you got a chance at another point. And if you guess incorrectly, Lachlan, you have a chance to pick up this point. So, Steve, which state has this law?
For all the gamblers,
Well, it's got to be
close the
maybe one of the original 13. I'm gonna go Virginia.
Wow, that good guess, but incorrect. Lachlan, a chance to grab a point here. Which state has this law?
Well, it's probably right. It's probably an old law when they had no teeth. So I'm gonna say one of those creepy ones. How about because Graham was like, "Wow," I'll say West Virginia.
One of those. I love the original states are one of the creepy ones. It's just like a Canadian's view of the original 13. Oh, the creep ones. Well, the reason I said wow is Steve was very correct in terms of the original and East Coast. Ron, tell him which state has this law.
That is a law in Vermont.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Get the V
Wow.
right too, Graham.
Yep.
Are we
close?
Are we supposed to have one more question?
There's one more question, Steve. What is your crazy Hunger Game style solution to this?
This one's worth 6 points.
All right. Let's see. Let's blow it out of the water.
Yeah.
12-1, Steve.
6 points, baby.
I'm okay with that. Ron, you good with that?
Yeah, let's
But
do it. 6
I don't want you
points.
guys to lose, fans.
6
I'm
points.
sure
Yeah,
there's
but-
people that are furious, but
We're going to do it. Folks
Yeah,
in the
let's do
chat, get ready. This question is worth 6 points.
All right.
This is similar to when somebody just gave their points to somebody else, right? Didn't that
That
happen?
happened. Yeah, someone just gave some points to someone else. Someone gave someone an additional guess, like they just gave their guess away.
yeah, I'm not doing
and
that shit.
so-
Lachlan's gotta earn it, dude.
All right.
All on the line.
So this is an option that's never happened before. A 6-point question. Steve could be literally win this 12-1.
Yeah. So I don't.
I don't think this is Steve's benevolence. I think the point spread on this was like 7 or something like that. And that's why he came up with this, because he bet on himself, of course.
Yeah.
Or the over under was like 9 or something. I don't know. There's something nefarious about this. There's a gamble angle to this.
I feel it
Vegas
too,
odds on
man.
this.
He wants me to lose big.
What Melissa H in the chat said, I will unsubscribe if you give 6 points for this question.
Melissa, I need.
Come on, hang in there. Hang in there.
Come on, Melissa. She put it in all
Hang
caps, so
on.
she knows
I
she's
don't,
serious.
I didn't go to school for this.
Graham is giving away 6 points on one question. What a sellout. I'm canceling him.
Did you get canceled?
Yes. Oh, I've betrayed my audience with this 6-point thing. I don't know. So, I mean, maybe I bet the over. Anyway, you don't know. Maybe this whole thing is rigged.
I got $100 riding that Gillespie's up by 10 by 608. Let's do this.
I'm the Pete Rose of game show hosts. Anyway, all right, let's go. Final question, now worth 6 points. All right. Religious law or state law? If you're fighting somebody else, you can chop off their wife's hand, but only if she grabs your genitals.
Steve.
Religious.
That's correct, Steve. You have 12 points.
Why is always the wife too? Like,
What?
why are all the laws like
Steve
anti-wife?
literally just wanted to pad his number. That's the whole point of this.
I could
thing?
get 13. It's not over
Yeah,
yet.
dude, get it.
I can still get 13.
Yeah, we clearly know that the spread is
Get going.
11. It's 11
No,
and a half is what the spread is. That's what this is all about. The spread is 11 and a half, and Steve here doesn't want to get robbed on the hook.
It's a
All right,
religious
Steve.
law.
Which religion and or book did it come from?
Oh man, I mean, it feels weird to answer this because I'm a white guy, but I'm gonna have to say the Quran.
Steve Gillespie, that is incorrect.
Oh God!
And you're racist.
Lachlan, you have a chance now to only lose by 10 points, which is so much more honorable than 11.
I don't know.
I'm sorry we didn't petition to make the second
Religion.
part of the question worth 12 points so you could somehow miraculously win this, but it's only worth 1.
Can we make it worth 12? Can you repeat the question at least?
Absolutely. Lachlan Patterson, I will absolutely repeat the question. Where is my cursor? There it is. All right. If you're fighting somebody else, you can chop off their wife's hand, but only if she grabs your genitals. Which religion or religious book is this from?
Oh man. Balls. Really? Balls? Only if she
You
grabs
know, it's not Buddhism. This would be a weird law in Buddhism.
This would be a weird Buddhist law. Like, The way to enlightenment is to chop off someone's hand that's grabbing your nuts. Like that would be a weird Buddhist thing.
Do they use the word balls in the book?
No, they say genitals. We're all
All right, genitals, just genitals. I mean, I guess the Mormon. What's the Mormon book? The Latter-day Saints book. What do they read? What are they turning? What's that thing called? The book of. I don't know.
The Book of Mormon, Lachlan. That's what it's called.
It's called the Book of Mormon. Like literally the most
Utah.
generic title.
I'll just say state of Utah. I think you said I could say a state.
No, it's
It's a religious law.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. It's not a.
right.
It's not a state.
He's getting up. He's walking it off. He's leaving. He's left.
Lachlan just split. All right. Wow. That wasn't a nice choice we thought we were
I know
going to
he's
have.
back.
A dude just decides to leave. He's just walking it off. You all right, bro?
I hate this game. I suck at it. I suck so bad. What is it? That's a closet. I can't even really walk in.
Oh,
Yeah, Book of Mormon.
that's your choice?
Yeah.
That is incorrect.
it is.
So you literally got 1 point the entire. This is the least
Never
points.
felt such a loser until I went on your show. I thought I was a good person.
Oh,
But
this
I'm gonna go
is.
condition my hair and
I,
around. People are gonna tell me I'm beautiful, and I'm gonna feel better about myself.
Yeah. You don't let it get you too down, Lachlan. You'll be all right.
I don't know. Ron, have we ever had a losing contestant go through an existential crisis on the show?
Not on the show, but I bet after it's happened a few times.
I have one every day when I'm lying on that sad mattress in this storage unit.
That's true. That makes me feel better. Knowing that that's your mattress. If you hadn't shown me that. So, where is this place? What book is this?
It's Old Testament. So, yeah.
Ooh, see, there we go. Old Testament was twice.
Yeah.
Yep.
You said that
Well-
might happen.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. This was a beautiful game. Like we've so many things that have never happened before. The 6-point thing that somebody's saying there's actually only 2 choices in the whole game. A guy only getting 1 point. These are all things that have never happened before.
Yeah.
I was wrong. I was wrong.
Well, Lachlan, thank you so much for joining our show. Where can people follow you online? Do you have a podcast, tour dates, anything like that?
Yes, they can follow me. They can go to my website for my tour dates, lachlanpatterson.com. I got a bunch of dates coming up. In fact, in Canada, I have a bunch as well. And I'm going to be performing in a cave coming up. I'm going to be performing in a cave in Harrisonburg, Virginia, next month. So
Is that Harrisonburg's in Pennsylvania, isn't it?
Harrisburg is Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Harrisonburg.
Oh, okay.
It's a little town, and apparently that they built a cave. The Civil War soldiers built caves, and now they're doing comedy in one. Or I am.
That's quite a
Creepy
turn.
states doing their thing, man.
Wow. Those are the creepy states. You called it right. I mean, there's no way that show's not haunted. That's for sure.
And you got my title right there. You got my handle right there. You can go to find me on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok at Lockjaw. Thanks, Graham.
Dude, thank you so much for doing the show, man. It was great to see you. This is a blast. And if you've never seen Lachlan perform, please do. He's a very, very funny comic. A finalist on Last Comic Standing. So he's a great comic to watch. What's that?
Runner up.
Ooh, that's what we were all looking for.
Nice.
Screenshot. Can you do that again? I gotta get a screenshot.
No, he's not doing it.
Well done, dude.
Well, dude, we got to, Locke, thanks for coming on the show, dude. And it was great to see you. And we gotta get together and surf at some point. So
I'd love that. Have fun up in Vancouver.
I will, my friend. All right,
buddy.
dude.
It's good seeing you, Lachlan.
See you, Lachlan.
Later, brother.
Good seeing you.
Later on. Night, guys.
Peace.
Steve Gillespie, our big winner. Steve, this was a blast. You played to win. Even the 6-point thing seemed like that was a key strategy in making it a blowout and covering the spread or whatever you were trying to do.
Yeah. You know, I really like to put my foot on the throat of my opponents, you know.
That was great. That was great. Well, where can people, I know you're on the road, my friend, where can people follow you and watch you and all that stuff?
Yeah, I'm going to be in Minneapolis, Minnesota next weekend. I'm going to be at the Comedy Corner Underground next weekend, Friday and Saturday. I have a bunch of other tour dates coming up. If you go to GillespieComedy.com, you can find those tour dates there. I also have a podcast called The Comedy Mainline. You can find that on the website. And TikTok and Instagram are the two big social medias that I use, and it's right there, the comic Gillespie. So give me a follow. Got a bunch of clips and stuff on there. And yeah, thanks for having me, guys. It's been fun.
Yeah, thank you, dude. This was a blast. And folks, please follow Steve and see him online, or watch him if he comes through your town. Again, another very funny comic. So it's always great to see you, my friend, and hopefully we'll see you out on the road at some point.
Yeah. Good luck out there, guys.
Thanks man.
All
right, Steve. Thanks, brother. Steve Gillespie. Wow, that was an exciting game, wasn't it?
That was a fun one, man. Yeah, and I guess technically, thanks to Steve's crazy Hail Mary rule or whatever it was, like we had a high-scoring game after all.
We did have a high-scoring game.
We did have a high-scoring game. Although, yeah, Lachlan 1 point. So the lowest that we had prior to this game was 2 points. So we have 1 point now, so that is the lowest. But that 2 points was the ironic thing about this game, and why I think it's safe to say it has nothing to do with skill whatsoever. The person who got that 2 points is a professor. So, there is that.
Oh, that was Fidel, right?
Bottle, yeah.
Bottle Kaboom.
Dr. Kaboom got 2 points.
Oh, so great. That was great. That was the MMT episode. That was the fun. That was the fun themed MMT episode.